Well, hello, good evening, and welcome to the RFL Realistic F1 League Pre-season Testing. So, the RFL League is brand new and joins a number of leagues that are in the CCR network. And this is the pre-season testing, as I said, so we've got 14 drivers with us this evening at the moment who are going to be on track tonight for our 30-minute practice session, followed by full qualifying and then a 50% race. So we'll just go ahead and get set up here. We've got a few cars out on track. Rain and Sufal has already been out on track and set a 1:19.5 on those hard tyres. So we've got quite a few drivers in here tonight from different leagues, and we know that Rain Zufal and Mr. Woot both race in SFR, Mr. Woot as a reserve, and then also in the NRL Network. We've also got Steins out in here as well, and the legend that is from Google Nice. So for those of you that don't know me or have never heard my voice before, I am Delta Lima from the SFR Racing League, and tonight I will be commentating and for the rest of this season for RFL, along with my partner in crime, Van Rocco, who is the SFR notebook genius himself. We'll just have a rundown of the guys that have joined us this evening. So we've got Cool Guy and Ika in the Mercedes, as you can see on the screen. Reina in the Alpha Tauri. We've got Steinzap in the Alfa Romeo. Ruti in the pink Mercedes. Katsui in the Ferrari. Mr. Woot, who is also in the other Alfa Romeo. Titus in the Haas. Small Hero in the Renault, Rugby Dane and Fumph Kubernice in the Red Bull, Satomiki in the other pink Mercedes, and then Perka in the other Haas car. So with this league, it's slightly different to a lot of leagues. We are actually running realistic performance. So the way the league is set up, each team has a team principal. Now, some teams, the team principal may also be a driver as well. Otherwise, the team principal will allocate the driving places to different drivers based on their experience, based on how they're doing within the league. So, you know, throughout the season, we could see drivers chop and change from one team to another, depending on their own performance, whether they're scoring points or whether they're DNFing throughout this season, which of course we don't want, which is why we're here right now in Spain, the #1 place for testing, of course. The track itself hosts a variety of different types of corners, everything from the long straights, the small, short, tight, twisty section of the third sector, and in the middle, the fast, winding corners. So we're just going to ride on board here with Perka, as looks like he's about to start a fresh lap, quite a few lockups on this lap. Let's see how he goes. So he comes around the last corner, flat out, all the way along the straight. Up to 193 miles an hour, down to 4th gear for turn 1, riding as much of that curve as possible on the inside, and then keep it nice and tight around turn 3. Oh, it goes a bit wide there. Commentator's curse, of course, is always prevalent. And now he's invalidated his lap, sadly. Mr. Woods just heading in the Tuesday pits, followed by Rugby Dane. Cool and Ice is also in the pits. Satomiki invalidated his current lap. Reina Zufal looks like he's run out of fuel out there. Oh, he's up and running again. Just waiting for some traffic to clear behind him. Let's ride on board with Reina Zufal, and hopefully he won't invalidate this lap. So as he comes up to the end of the first sector, slightly up on his time by 300ths. Just got to keep it nice and tidy through this middle sector. Try and not invalidate as he goes up the hill for the flat right-hander of turn 9. Oh, nicely done. DRS wide open. And of course in F1 2020 we've still got the old turn 10. Hopefully everyone's looking forward to the new turn 10 that will come in 2021. That is a shame from Reina Zufal. Just catches that inside corner a bit too much and invalidates his practice lap there as well. So currently sitting on top, it's no surprise that cool guy in the Mercedes has just set a 1:17.342 on those soft tyres. It'll be interesting to see what everyone else can do when they strap the soft tyres on. Of course we don't know what fuel he's running, but my guess would be he's quite low on fuel at the moment. So we jump on board with Ruti as he's coming down the straight towards turn 1. And we can see the other Mercedes just in front of him coming out of the pits. Of course, in a practice session, there's no requirement to get out of the way of each other. But, you know, out of a bit of respect for each other, he did move over to the side. Nice and tidy there, a bit slow up the hill, but he has got those hard tyres on, so potentially running a full fuel race fuel lap. A little slight lock up there into 1010 as it comes up into the tight twisty section. Slightly slow on the power, but it looks like he's ramping it up for a nice fast lap here on the hard tyres. ERS it up into hot lap mode, so let's see what he can deliver. got a nice clear track in front of him. It looks like Ico's coming fast behind him on those medium tyres. And Small Hero is just about to start a lap on the medium tyres as well. Looks like he's just running a race fuel or setup test at the moment. What's really interesting here is just getting to know all of the drivers and for them to be able to understand each other and get to know each other's pace. You know, a lot of these drivers do race together in other leagues, but many probably don't race with each other and don't know who is the best out of the best, or potentially who's going to be the surprise of the season. You know, this is a chance for us to maybe put some pen to paper and get some guesses in for and predictions in for who's going to be the biggest surprise of the season. Obviously with the realistic performance cars, you know, it's going to be slightly advantageous to some drivers, you know, the likes of the Mercedes team and the Red Bulls, but it doesn't mean that the team in the Williams can't pick up points. You know, it's a bit like George Russell is in the real Williams at the moment, along with Latifi, but we know that out of the two of them that certainly there's a better driver. So could we have somebody here that could surprise us? Small Hero, a 119.1 on those medium tyres. Looks like Mr. Woot's out there getting a nice tow through the last sector from the Mercedes in front. So Mr. Woot on a rather slow lap there. Didn't see if he had a spin or something. It's quite possible. He did say on the old Discord earlier that he uses the practice session to get all the spins out of his system. So let's hope he's doing that right now. He might be running high fuel load, testing his setup again. And as we say that, yeah, he's got his ERS set into normal. Slight lock up there. Oh, Mr. Roots living on the edge. So Robbie Dane running down the straight with no DRS open, so just on a bit of a testing banker lap. You can see Sadmuki did set a purple third sector there on the soft tyres, but didn't quite pick Cool Guy to the top. He's still 3 tenths, just under 3 tenths behind. He must have been running very low fuel. Looks like he's having a nice cool down lap. So, Reina Zufar has invalidated another lap there. We can see, just letting the traffic clear. Hopefully he's going to go for another fast lap. We'll jump back on board with him or he's going to jump in the pits via the Willands line for the last corner. Second to last corner. Literally lining up there. Looks like he's going for a hot lap on the medium tyres. DRS wide open as he comes down the straight. Be interested to see what we can do in the pink Mercedes. Obviously, you know, it's on par with the real Mercedes, with the Works team. Just slightly lower on performance, but doesn't mean it can't achieve big things here. On the realistic performance, it's got the downflow force package as well, and we know that the brake ducts were changed for the game as it was in real life. That's quite nice. Just invalidated his lap there, and he's launching into another one on his hard tyres. Looks like he's giving himself a bit of boost. Is he doing a hot lap on those hard tyres? No, we race with Fumph in SFR, and he is incredibly fast. Wouldn't surprise me if he can set a very, very decent lap on the hard tyre. And as we say that, we see him taking the outside line off the track. But he doesn't invalidate, which is quite impressive. Codemasters do wonderful things with track limits. You can drive half a mile down the road off the track and you're still valid. You can glance at the curb and you're invalidated. Look at a curb the wrong way, invalidated. But Fumph is a legend, and Codemasters just can't do it to him. So we're running well with Small Hero. We just saw him have a slight little lift around turn 9 there. Obviously, as we move up into qualifying, and especially in Q1, turn 9 on the soft tyres will be essentially flat out as you fly around the corner. Some drivers might want to have a little lift just to make sure they've still got the grip and don't overpower it. And then in this final sector, these curbs, which are still very unrealistic from real life, but at least they've levelled out the track for the game. Let's hope, you know, going forwards in 2021 we can get better track scanning. So the times are tumbling here in the free practice session. Cool Guy looks like he's just done a hot lap on those soft tyres with a 1:16.9, so he's currently just under 4 tenths quicker than Satomiki behind him in the pink Mercedes. But saying that, Satomiki is out on a lap. He's currently about quite a bit down. Will he stay out? No, he's going to dive in the pits, get some fresh rubber on. Oh, not quite sure what happened to him there. And Ruti is out on he's either on a cooldown lap or he's on an in lap. He's got his ERS set 0. And we'll try not to jinx Reina too far as he comes through the final 3 corners. So on the soft tyre he sets a 1:17.282, so that's currently good enough P2 in the practice session. So quite impressive, mostly impressive that he finally set a valid lap. Let's see who else we've got out on track. So Perico in the Haas is currently on a 1:23.61, and let's see what tyres he did those on. So that was set on the medium tyre as well, so he's out on the medium tyre again, but he's only done 4 laps on them. I'd like to think you can get that Haas slightly higher in the standings. It is the slowest of all the cars currently running, but you know, if you can put a decent enough lap together, it's not all about the car. Driver skill is a massive part of it. Slight lock up there coming into the final couple of corners. That is invalidated anyway, and dabs the grab will keep it out of the wall. Now just needs to keep it there, just allow the cars to pass without causing any damage. So Titus looks like he's just about starting a fast lap here, running those soft tyres. Hasn't set a decent lap on them, so his fastest lap currently a 1:20 or 1:05 set on the hard tyres. But his lap is invalid, so he must have gone wide on that final corner, sadly. So Steins is on an outlap. We'll pick up him in just a second. Sui on those soft tyres as well. And he just goes off just around turn 3. So he's on a small hero here on an outlap. We'll jump back on him. Ika's just coming out of the pits. Flump's just going in. All Ruti going deep into turn 8. The tough one with turn 7 and 8 on track, because you don't want to lose too much speed going up towards turn 9, but a slight dab too much on the left hand side and you'll spin, and a slight dab too much of curb on the right of turn 8 and you are invalid. So something to look for in qualifying then. We've got quite a few drivers that have been unable to set a valid lap just yet. So Mr. Woot there has invalidated his lap, but he's a full second up on those soft tyres. Let's see if he's going to stick on them for another lap. And we are. So Mr. Woot on a fast lap here. He's not running hot lap mode in his ERS, so maybe he's just running high fuel or just doing some tests. And Cool Guy has retired. I think Cool Guy's just died between turn 9 and 10. Yeah, there he is, sitting on the side of the road as we see. Now, our personal experience of that lovely wall there, and the last time I raced here, I was on a very fast lap during qualifying. I came around turn 9, and yeah, let's just say my foot was to the floor a bit too much. Got a bit of lost a bit of traction, and then got a bit of oversteer, flew into the wall, and that was the end of Delta Lima's race for qualifying. So let's see who else we got out on track. So Stein's out on track at the moment on those soft tyres still. They're 1 lap old. Looks like he's just running some little long runs potentially for these final few minutes of free practice here in the RFL League. So let's jump on board with Katsu, who's on a hot lap on those soft tyres. They are 2 laps old. So let's see how much life it's still got in him, and he invalidates there, so he's backed off of his lap. Let's see if Titus can do any different other than invalidate on his lap. He's got some fresh softs on there. Let's see if he's running low fuel. He's prepping himself up to see for his quali practice run. Let's take a ride on board. For this qualifying practice lap around the Circuit de Catalunya here in Barcelona. So, with 30 seconds remaining of the free practice session, times are starting to tumble as people have strapped on the soft tyres. Be interesting to see going forwards into qualifying how many of the drivers are actually sandbagging, doing a Mercedes strategy, don't show your hand until you are ready. So we have hit 0:00 on the clock, and we've got a few drivers out on track, so let's see if anyone can put any more decent laps. Rainer Zufal looks like he's slightly up on his time on those soft tyres. Miki has now crossed the line. Fumph is just coming around the final few corners on the medium tyres. And goes fastest with a 1:15.967. So either Funt has got a rocket attached to that Red Bull, or the rest of the drivers are sandbagging. Let's pick up Reynolds for next one across the line, and he invalidated again with that cheeky little Rainer Zufal trying to enter the pits on a stretcher by the looks of it. That's it, everyone has crossed the line, so let's just wait for the standings to pop up and we will get an understanding of how everyone is sitting in this free practice session. So, a slight surprise on the board there with Fumph in the Red Bull, followed by Ruti in the Racing Point, and then Rugby in the other Red Bull. Mercedes currently sitting there in P4 and then P8 with Ica. Rain in the Alpha Tauri, bringing big things there, and the other Racing Point 6th. Alfa Romeo performing strongly with Steins in the car there. His teammate Mr. Woot sandbagging at the back of the grid. And then we have the Titus in the Haas as well there. So, as we talked about before, the qualifying is normally a full qualifying. And it looks like this may have glitched slightly. And we will be retiring from the session. So with just 15 drivers, obviously in full qualifying mode, as in real life, the bottom 5 drivers don't make it through to Q2. And so with 15 drivers here at the moment, we are just going to all retire from this. And then we will have all drivers into Q2. So rather than using 18 minutes for doing nothing, we will jump straight through to Q2. So we will just sit here just to make sure that everyone retires, and then we'll join everyone. So the first 18-minute session, nice and easy. Looks like someone's being cheeky. Rugby Dane hasn't seen the Discord for all drivers to retire from the session. So we are just waiting for Fumph Kugelnice and Ica 2121 to retire from Q1. There we go. And then we will jump straight through to Q2. So, Funf Kuganai's fastest on track, normally slowest to retire from the qualifying session though. Give that man a trophy. Yep, so we just got confirmation. We're just waiting for a new driver to join, hence the slight delay in retiring from Q1 for Funf. So we'll be on our way very shortly. So I'm not quite sure what's happened here. A slight glitch. If you've never played F1 2020 before, let's just say that Codemasters did a fantastic job in creating the game. You know, it's been glitch free for the last year. No problems with it at all. Who am I kidding? This game is more glitchy than anything I've ever known. So it looks like we are going to go to a new lobby. So just a slight delay with us here as everyone retires from the session, and we'll be back with you shortly. Well, good evening once again, everyone. Apologies for the slight delay in starting the qualifying there. Obviously glitch in the system and we had to restart the lobby. But what that has meant is that we are now joined in the commentary box by the one and only SFR notebook legend, Van Rocco.
Hello there. How are we all this evening?
Very good. How are you, sir?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Good to hear your voice.
Indeed, yourself as well. So, what have we got? I haven't just joined it, so trying to look down the list. Names I recognise. We have gone now.
Just as you want to start talking, oh, there you go, mix it up.
So a few drivers I do know, a few drivers I don't know. Obviously running realistic settings, so some cars might be a little bit overpowered than others, but we will see how it goes. So who do we have? I know of Steinzap, I know of Rekudani, Rayner, Mr. Boot, and some Google Nice. The other ones, I have no idea. I'm trying to match them up to the Discord as well.
That's the trouble I was having, Van Rocco, was trying to remember names and match them up to the Discord, who's who. Obviously we know a few people from the likes of SFR and NRL. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see. So in the practice session, it was a bit hit and miss as to who was where. Mercedes weren't on top as you'd expect, but it could be because they were sandbagging as usual.
Yeah, they do like to sandbag, don't
yeah, 100%. But of course, from Google Nice did do the fastest lap on a medium tyre in the practice session. Sorry.
We'll just have a look. They shared the teams earlier, didn't they? Somewhere. Who's racing and what?
When you're in that, we'll just jump on board. So TB Ninja, who didn't join us for the practice session but is with us now, is going to be the first one to start a hot lap very shortly.
What car's he in? He's in the Williams.
He's in the Williams, yeah.
So that is... Oh, it's the name in the Discord. TBP Ninja. So that's fine.
Will the Ninja surprise us?
The Ninja is going to spring a surprise. Let's see what he gets. He's the first one out on track, isn't he?
He's the first one on track, so we'll ride on board with him.
Track map up. Here we go, starting his hot lap. Quite a few drivers out on track actually. There's a Ferrari just behind him of Gadwan. No, that's not him. It's Kaitsu, a Finnish driver, and he's got an Alpha Tauri just behind him, which is RGP. We have a yellow flag. I think that's just an Alpha slowing down. Oh, and Gadwan is... No, it wasn't. Someone went off there. Kaitsu went off at turn 2. Number 47. He had a big incident there. He managed to keep it on the track. Managed to keep it out the wall though. That Williams is coming up to some traffic, I think. There's a Haas just in front of him.
Let's see, will the traffic clear out of the way nicely for him?
Oh no,
peak time.
No, that was
very dangerous, yeah. Very dangerous.
On Haha, he was warming his tyres up in the Haas. Oh, and there's another incident there. That was with Ike. He's just got in the way of Ike's outlap, so thankfully it was an outlap. But I think Turka on Haha could be this season's Mazepin. On an outlap, and he's already ruined 2 people's laps. So TBP Ninja did a 1:18.810.
Yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on him. I imagine the Discord's probably lighting up at this precise moment.
Yeah, let me have a quick look, see what happens.
Cool Guy has just gone. Satsuki has just done a 1:16.3. Cool Guy did a 1:17.274 there as well.
I haven't got the tyres. What tyres are they all fitting on? So Kaitsu, who had an off anyway, he was on the medium tyre. Satsuki is on the soft. Everyone's on the softs, I think. Rekudani's on a... Rekudani's got a set of medium tyres fitted, but he's still in the pit lane. And Ike He was getting a little bit of a slipstream off TVP Ninja then, down the first DRS straight. Or I said the first.
Yes, this is the second one technically, isn't it?
Technically the second, yeah.
He's invalidated his lap there.
So he's still running hot lap though, so he's going to be probably heading into the pits, I would think. He should have turned hot lap off. No, he's going to carry on. He's not going to have much energy left by the time...
ERS would be very low, won't it? So he would have set a 118, but...
So one of the league owners is out on his outlap now. Very smooth driver in front of Google Nice, and Rugby Daney is on his outlap as well. So they might be working together because they're two cars. They're a couple of corners behind each other.
Yeah, we'll back off to allow Rugby for that slipstream.
I'm sure they're talking to each other right now. Organising it. Looks like Fump's not backing off though, unless he's got a racing point ahead of him. Far enough ahead not to get in his way. But he is currently warming...
racing point of Ferruti, who's on an invalid lap. So Fump's going to be the...
Williams off. Williams is off in the gravel.
That Ninja's over there in the gravel. Oh, being careful as he rejoins the track. Got quite a bit of traffic there.
Got to hurry up though, you get to the point where the game will disqualify you very, 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 very quickly.
Right,
so he's just starting his hot lap.
So currently fastest lap on those soft tyres is a 1:16.3, fastest medium tyre runner a 1:17.4 from Kaitsu.
Funk's just done a 21.334 in his first sector.
We'll see how that
slow
compares.
Down to let Rugby Daney catch up with him, so he's...
So Rugby Dane did a 21.495 for his first sector as well.
Quite close. There is a Haas in his way coming up. I wonder if they would get out of the way of him. Is he on a lap though? No, he's on an out lap. So Rugby could get a bit of a slipstream here off him.
Down the DRS straight at the back between turns 9 and 10.
Rugby's coming up now.
That's it? Yeah.
Probably didn't get as much as he liked. Bit of a lock-up though, and Funk is about to approach the last couple of corners.
How much corner will he take? Keep it nice and clean. Nice and smooth on the power there, out of the final corner. And cross the line, DRS open. For a 1:15.3 on the medium tyre. And his teammates... are 1:16.7, so a second and a half off.
That is a Red Bull number 2 driver gap there, isn't it?
100%. Well, that's got Gasly, Albon written all over it, and now Perez, and now Perez. So who else have we got out on track?
Cool guy is just starting his
lap. He's got a bit of traffic there at the exit of the pit lane.
The cool guy is Toto Wolf in the Discord.
Oh, and he's lost it out of turn 2.
Took way too much inside curve. That curve is a bit of a curve of death.
So Iker, his teammate, just coming in the pits.
On par with Australia.
Indeed. So we've got Small Hero yet to set a lap time in the Renault, just starting his first hot lap on the soft tyre. Be interesting to see what the Renaults can do, because they're very much a mid-table team in real life. Guess it depends on the quality of the driver, because I've never seen or heard of Small Hero before, so it'd be nice to see what he can do.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out what is his name in... Yeah, Small Hero is a reserve driver in the league. He's not attached to a team.
Okay, interesting.
As yet.
So at the moment he's out here just trying to prove himself, I guess, to see if he can get a full-time seat potentially in the future.
Yeah, because right now Alpine, or Renault, as they're known in 2020, Tommy Lee is the only driver there. And he is not racing tonight.
Right. We've got Cool Guys on his hot lap. See if he can improve on his 1:17.2. No improvement there. He's going for his hot lap now. That was his out lap, sorry.
Well, Small Hero did quite a good time on the soft tyre. 16.386 takes him up to 3rd spot.
That's quite impressive.
Only, yeah, half a tenth off. But
and as we say that, with a 1:15.5 on the soft, so it's 2 tenths behind Fumph on that medium tyre.
Zap, who we know from NRL, is currently on a hot lap, and he is half a tenth up on his best time, but 21.7 though, so he is down by half a second on from Ulgamite's first sector time.
Let's see who we've got next across the line. RGP is just about to start his lap. We've got a Racing Point going to be coming in.
Going slowly. It isn't Turco Mazepan though. It is T1 Litmus. And is he going to move out of the way? He's coming into the very tricky final chicane.
Cool Guy's about to set time. So Cool Guy's just done 1:15.6 up, good enough for P3 currently.
It is Turco Mazepan who's in front of time. Stein got a bit of dirty air off that last corner, but he goes 10th and a bit quicker to 10th.
Good bit of improvement there from him. So we're just coming up to the halfway point of qualifying, just gone over the halfway point. So we've got Fumph currently sitting on P1 with a 1:15.3. Do we think that can be beaten? Apart from by himself.
Yeah, he can beat himself. Ruti Hullet though, that's not bad. It's only 2 tenths off in the Racing Point, which is a slower car.
Yeah, which is very true. So he's only 2 tenths off in the Racing Point pink Mercedes. We've got Cool Guys on a cool down lap by the looks of it. On his in lap. So Perker's invalidated his lap. Not surprising, probably spun a few times there. So is he going to go for another lap on these soft tyres? And lock up into the final corners. See if he can get on the power nice and smoothly to start his lap. Oh.
What are you owing?
So, Turco Mazepan invalidated his lap at the start. Wondering if he'll improve at all, or will he just stay around the P8? Will he get knocked out? So, quite a few cars in the pits now. Everyone's settling down, ready for their final runs.
It's the lull.
The lull in qualifying.
The other Haas is out. T Litus. You're on an out lap.
And so we've got the Alpha Tauri of RGP is just about to cross the line to finish his lap. And he doesn't improve.
Oh, DBP Ninja has another incident at turn 7.
Ouch. So Williams not really performing very well.
No, but that is true to life, isn't it? They're not it's not the most stable car to drive. A lot of understeer in that car.
Yeah, the only difference between him and Russell at the moment is Russell had a safety car in front of him.
RGP 766 had an off at turn 1 as well.
And he's lost some front wing there as well by the looks of it.
I think he's trying to DNF himself. That looked like he was trying to DNF. I don't know why. He turned right into the wall for no reason. Yeah. He's did that on purpose. That is a purposeful retirement. I don't know why he did that. Why couldn't he have just...
A lot easier just to bring it back to the pits and retire in the pits, to be honest.
You're not going to bring a safety car out doing that, so I'm not sure why he did that. I would personally say that's bad sportsmanship. But,
yeah, true. You know, I don't see the point in it, to be honest. Why would you waste your car? You know, you could probably make it back to the pits and get out to do a lap.
Yeah.
And Zyko in the Mercedes is just starting his little lap now. He's currently on a 1:18.6. I'd like to think that that Mercedes can improve. And then from Cool Ice is going to stick with the mediums retiring from the session there. Doesn't think he can be beaten.
Yeah, so he's
Rugby Dane as well. Rugby Danny, sorry.
On the medium tyre, he probably could have done a soft tyre run, but the medium tyre is the best stock tyre to start with.
Yeah.
So,
Titus as well is retired now. A lot of drivers retiring currently.
We have. So Ruti Hullet is 9/10 up on his best time. That would put him
into one.
But he would not be far off. If he can make some time up in this last sector with Track Evolution, we could be looking at a pole position here from him. He needs another half a tenth.
So we've got Ike coming across the line just in front of him.
Oh, but he got too much curve
doesn't
there.
improve too much.
A bit of time. No. He ended up going a 10 faster, but I reckon, I think he could have been on pole if he didn't lose that car then. And he's probably sat in the car thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah. So Cool Guy's however, just a tenth up.
He needs to find 3/10, 2.5, 3/10, which
got
in a Mercedes you can do with Track Evolution.
Quite a bit of traffic. Mr. Woot getting out of the way there for him.
Yeah. You can nail it through here. That was pretty neat and tidy. That Mercedes does stick to the road.
Let's just hope he keeps it nice and clean through here.
Quite a big lift off there.
My favourite corner there.
He's a 1/10.5 up, so he still needs to find another 1/10.5 in this last sector.
I mean, potentially he could. I think he's got it in him to at least get P2, a provisional P2. It's a bit too much to get pole, I think, unless he's going to pull it out the bag. He took a bit too much curb there through that last little chicane.
Yeah, did he?
No, 1:15.5.
So he is behind the pink Mercedes.
So Mr. Woot's currently on a lap. TBD Ninja's just starting a lap on very old soft tyres. 10th down, and there's a pink Mercedes miles off at the back going in the pits.
So Mr. Woot hasn't set a time yet, so this is he hasn't got a banker.
He is going for that one-shot glory, hopefully.
Let's see what he's got in the Alfa Romeo tank. Steinzap gets out of the way, his teammate, and so does TBP Ninja.
Just close to invalidating there. It was a bit close on that curb. Keep it nice and tidy. DRS open. Yeah, really lucky. I was half expecting the back to kick out on the car then.
Yeah.
It's got quite a lot of traffic coming around these last few corners. Lock up into the
and lost the rear end a little bit there. We might have a glitch lobby as well, because Rugby Daney's just left.
So Mr. Woot's at 1:18.066. Not the fastest. It's about, yeah. Oh wow, it's not hard to be ahead of the Williams.
Oh, Cool Guy's off at turn 2. Mr. Woot, I think, might be going for it again, you know.
Yeah, or no, he's turned his ERS down to 0.
Oh, he has, yeah. He was up though.
No, maybe he is, because he's just turned it back up. He's just conserving it in the corners.
Yeah. Oh,
no, and that's that.
He lost it. Steinzap is on a lap.
So just coming up towards turn 9.
Currently P11 with a 1:17.648.
See how much up he is on his second sector time. So he's only a 10th up, so wouldn't quite jump any positions.
I don't know, he could find a bit of time. He's got to find 2/10 to be ahead of K2 into P10, but P11 is probably the better place to start in.
Yeah, free tyre choice. I think if you're going to be at the bottom back part of the top 10, you're better off in 11th or 12th for that free tyre choice, really, aren't you?
Oh,
and
yeah,
he's backed off.
Backing off. Yeah, he doesn't want it. He doesn't.
Oh!
Okay.
Big instant
So,
there for Satmuki and Stein.
Stein backed off.
Did he back off too soon?
No, I don't think he did. He backed off. I think Satmuki was going for the slipstream. And, yeah, Satmuki, I think, did a bit of the Kemi Raikkonen last week against Joe Venazzi.
Yeah.
Just wasn't expecting any car to be in front of him to slow down, which I suppose Stein he's not on the racing line. He is well off of it. This is, he's not on the racing line.
Yeah. So he's entitled to, back off of his race and of his lap, really.
And he's just been given a 5-second time, 5-face grid penalty.
Yeah, I just spotted that on the old race director. So, we'll see what happens here. Let's just take a final look at the qualifying lineup. So, Fumph, as expected, on pole with a 1:15.385. Only 600ths behind him, Ruti in the Racing Point, which that's quick in the Racing Point. But the session's definitely glitched because their tyres aren't showing at the moment.
Oh, yeah. I think we're going to be in for another restart.
I think you're right. In that case, I must make sure that I hydrate.
Don't forget to sanitize.
Always sanitize.
A little bit of a break. We've got 3 minutes before.
Yeah, I'm ever so slightly confused because it migrated host, so I'm not sure if people have actually left the lobby or.
No, someone has got ready up, so we are going in 17 seconds now.
Someone did it, Rainer. Someone did it. That's right. It wasn't me. Wasn't me. But she got me on the counter.
Wasn't me. I've got a cup of tea ready made.
Is lucky for some. Lucky for some.
Pit stop strategy is medium hard. If you start on the medium tyre, you're going to be going hard. Or soft is probably a 2-stop soft, medium, medium. Now,
okay.
With we have got disqualification as well. You can tell this is the first race of the season.
We're only on a formation lap, and someone hasn't even started that.
Didn't even make it around turn 1, just like Mazepin. So shall we name RGP Mazepin now?
Oh, I don't know. Did we take that title away from Perker?
No, I think it's only formation lap, so we'll leave it at that. If he doesn't make it around turn 1, he gets the Mazepin name. So Perker Mazepin sat in P9. What tyres is everybody on? I can't see.
So we've got Fumph and Rugby in the top 10 on mediums, everyone else on the... Oh, and Katsu on the mediums, sorry. So everyone else in the top 10's on the softs. And then the P11 to P15 all on mediums. And then Stein's up starting on the hard tyre.
Yeah,
interesting.
hard, starting on hard and go soft at the end. A little bit like what I did in Kota last weekend. You get the benefit of the soft tyre or the faster tyre at the end of the race rather than at the beginning.
Yeah.
You've got to take some pain in the first stint with heavy load and slower tyre, but it definitely pays off. So here we go. Yeah, soft. Well, let's say soft, medium, medium.
Or soft, medium, hard. Yeah.
Yeah, which I don't think is the right way. It would be soft, medium, medium, to be honest.
Yeah, and if you're starting on the hard. If you've got hard on, then you'll be a bit soft later on.
Yeah, only one driver's got a hard on though, so...
But yeah, that worked well for you last week in Kota with the hard tyre because, all the time you were stuck in traffic, you weren't burning up the quicker tyre.
Yeah.
And allowed you to make it up. There we go. That's Steinzap's optimum strategy. Would be hard to medium or medium to hard.
So I'll watch the back, you watch the front.
So let's go.
Not sure about you.
Yeah, I'm looking up the back of the grid from his camera angle. Slight delay and it's starting at the moment.
Yeah.
There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we go here in Catalonia.
Great start from Stein from the back.
We've got a Ferrari off on the grass already at the rear. Going up into turn 1, Cool Guy is holding the lead, and Cool Guy is jumping past Ruti for that P2 position, nice and clean through turn 1 and turn 2.
Off at the back though, RGP went off. So yeah, I think
he's got some wing damage as well.
Yeah.
And we've got a Mercedes off.
Well.
Cool Guy has picked up some damage, lost both end plates by the looks of it.
Yeah, it
so he's going to be in the pits. So we've got yellow flags in Sector 1 and Sector 2 at the moment.
Yeah, he's going to be making an early stop. He's probably gone to the hard tyre. He's got a second lead already on his medium tyre, so he'll be going medium hard, probably, maybe medium soft. He is pretty good on his tyres, isn't he? So
yeah.
He'll take the mediums as long as he possibly can and use the benefit of the softer tyres towards the end.
Yeah, 100%.
Red Bull, and then we have Racing Point as the top 3. Small Hero, how many positions did he make up? I think
just the 1 position at the moment.
Okay.
And then we have Rugby Danny in P5 in the other Red Bull.
Mr. Woot again though has made up 5 positions on lap 1 in his Alfa Romeo.
He's a lap 1 hero.
Oh no, hang on.
We'll just wait for the glitch to catch up on itself.
Yeah.
Unless Mr. Woot has had an amazing couple of corners.
6, 7. He's currently sat in 8. I've counted the dots.
He counted the dots.
And we have a safety car. Full
safety car already. Who has had an incident? RGP has retired.
Now,
at turn 1.
Who was it who was purposely DNFing last time?
Oh, I can't remember. Possibly.
It wasn't AlphaTauri, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Has he done it again?
Yeah, because Rainer's in the other Alpha. So, just to see what happens now. Whether the guys will all jump in for tyres, fresh tyres. It's a bit too early for Fump to swap off of those mediums, but soft tyre runners behind him could be inclined to go in. I think if I was on the softs, I'd ditch them now and then use the 2 sets of mediums still, but get a free pit stop in while you can.
So Perka Mazepan is at the back of the grid. There is a Renault stuck at a corner. Oh no, that's a safety car. It annoys me how it's yellow. It was pink last year, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was pink last year.
I was trying to flick through and I was thinking, why is there a Renault? So why is it, it just annoys me how it's another yellow dot. So the Fump is going to pick up the safety car. Let's see how many time penalties we get from now.
Hopefully the guys will know, keep their distance between each other. Don't be ridiculous, just keep your tyres warm, stay off of the line in front of you. You know, let's watch the guy in front. Like, if the guy's swerving left, swerve right, do the opposite if you're trying to warm your tyres.
That's what you want to be doing. A quick rundown, we have Fump in P1 still, we have Ruti Hullet in P2, Satimuki or Sonoda in the Discord in P3, Small Hero P4, Rugby Danny is P5, Ike 2121, who is a reserve driver at Mercedes is in P6, Rainer Zupal is in P7, who's made up 4 places, Mr. Woot made up 5 and P8, T1 Itmus is in P9, made up 3 spots. 2P Ninja is made it past turn 6 and 7 quite well at the minute. He's made up 4 spots. Stein, again, making up 5 spots at the start into P11, just outside the points playing position. We have Kaitsu is currently P12. Gadwin in the Ferrari as well is currently P12, 13. So we've got 2 Ferraris running P12 and P13. Both losers at the start. Cool Guy, biggest loser off the start, by losing 11 spots. He's currently P14. And then Perka Mazepin losing 6. Currently P15. Last of the grid out of 16 runners. 6 car staying out for another lap. We're just waiting on Perka to pick up back of the pack. And we should hopefully go racing at the end of this lap. What do you reckon?
Yeah, hopefully one more lap and it'll go in. We'll find out just before turn 10 with a bit of luck. At the start of the 3rd sector it will tell us if it's going in or not. Be interesting to see, because we didn't have many people pits.
No, I was just
literally just the
yeah.
back runners. Perka, Cool Guy both pitted for damage. Gadwin pitted for damage, I believe. Oh, as Perka has just spun trying to catch up to the safety car at turn 2. Sorry, guy. Mazapan special.
Yeah, he is definitely this is going to keep going for another week.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, sorry, buddy. But someone's got to be a scapegoat.
Someone's got to be a scapegoat.
Stein has a severe collision with Gadwin. They've got a 5-second time penalty, so Gadwin would have banged into the back of Stein because Stein is in front.
Yeah. It's really unfortunate, you know, all these penalties under the safety car when they're so easily avoidable, really. Which is a shame for Stein because obviously the car in front picks up the penalty even if they get taken from the rear by surprise. So safety car is staying out another lap.
Yep, end of sector 2. And
oh no, safety car's coming in. Fumph has dropped right back, ready for the restart.
Okie dokie. Could be very interesting.
Okay, here we go. Gadwin's
got another
penalty.
Stein
And so we go racing again.
Oh, Satmuki struggled in that last corner with tyre warm up.
Small Hero is right up his backside, getting that slipstream just alongside him. Will he make a move? Will there be an incident? Oh, slight contact on the rear tyre there. Satmuki's not giving way.
Yeah, that's good fair driving from Satmuki. They gave him the space at the last minute, but then gave him the outside for turn 1, which isn't optimal because you've got the inside left-hander, your left-hander straight afterwards, and you're in the wrong part of the track.
Let's move down the list, see if there's any more changes, big changes there.
So, Gadwin is in the pits, fitting a new front wing. He rammed into the back of Stein probably one too many times, and he's also served his 5-second penalty that Stein has got 2, and he's just been overtaken by the Ferrari of Kaitsu into turn 6. Turn 7, sorry, into the inside of turn 7. We've got a Williams in the points.
We've got a Williams in the points.
And Fulvenice has a 1.8 second advantage already.
He is going to walk away with this.
I think even stick him in a Williams and he'd win a race.
Yeah. There you go, sets the fastest lap as well, 1:19.057, just for fun. So as we come up to turn 1, it's slightly evenly spread out now. Racing points, running line astern. Small Hero chasing them down though, just 7 tenths behind. And then the other Red Bull currently sitting in P5, Rugby Danny. And looks like when we have DRS enabled in on the next end of the next lap, most likely, we could have a bit of a DRS train going on here.
Oh no! The Williams is out the points. Ninja is out the points. Keitsu's coming through quickly in his Ferrari. He's taken Ninja. And Cool Guy is about to take Ninja as well, I think.
Cool Guy is about to use and abuse the power of that Mercedes against the Williams. Will he do it down here? Not quite close enough to do it down the straight into turn 10. Sticking with him. Unfortunately, it's going to cost Cool Guy some time through here, knowing that he's in the quicker car.
Yeah, oh, that's a big moment there for
there we
Ninja
go.
on the exit.
Into the chicane. Oh, slight contact there. He's going to end up having to cut the corner.
Probably should have been a lot more patient there. He needed to be a lot more patient.
He knew that the pit straight was coming up. He knew he'd got DRS. And look at how easy it is for him to pass the Williams of TBP Ninja.
He hasn't even got DRS. It's not even open yet. He's just linked past him, so he should have waited there. But he's now 3 seconds behind Keitsu, but he's had a moment and the exit of turn 3, sorry, and he's just lost all that time back. So Cool Guy is now coming up fast behind Keitsu. Mr. Woot still doing bits in P7, and we have Rayner and Ike.
Rayner is very close to Ike at the moment. Rayner just needs to again just bide his time. Utilise the DRS when it's open.
Cool Guy has a 4.6 second lead. We're going to do what every F1 director does now and ignore the leader.
And Katsui's just picked up a penalty for 3 second speeding, corner cutting, sorry. And who else did there? Perka Mazepin.
So is Rayner going to get the move done on the pit straight? Nope, Ike is pitting.
Ike is pitting. So that gives Rayner a free position then. Mr. Woot is hunting him down though, now just a 1.2 second gap to Rayner.
No, he doesn't have damage, he's pitting for fresh tyres. He's stuck the medium tyre on.
Interesting
I'm not sure
move.
that's going to take him to the end though, that's not going to take him to the end.
No, you definitely won't be able to do 24 laps on the medium tyre.
So he's nailed on for a 2-stop strategy. Stein is currently P11, but unfortunately has 10 seconds worth of time penalties.
Yeah, and he was going to have to serve at least 5 seconds in his first pit stop, which is a shame because you'd want that to be removed because it was totally not his fault.
Corbanice has a 6.2 second lead. And Rugby Daney is currently in P3.
Only 4 tenths behind Ruti.
Flexing their muscles. Right on board with Rugby because I think Rugby might get Ruti Hullet at the start because Ruti Hullet's tyres are probably screaming right now. He's pitting.
Now he's pitting. He's dropping in the pits now.
There's a medium tyre strategy. They've kept a good gap.
It's worked for them on this.
They're going to reap the rewards now.
So Rugby Danny's got a 7 second gap to Fumph in front of him as Perka just picks up another corner cutting penalty.
So he has 6 seconds now, Kaitsu has 3, Gadawin has 5 and Stein has 10. Quite a hard track this for corner cutting. Some of the corners do sneak up on you just for naturally running wide, especially on the end of your stints.
Yeah, as we're riding on board at the moment with Satomiki as he comes through 7 and 8, and it's really easy just to drift onto the curb as you're taking a natural line and you just pick up that penalty. And again through 9, very close to the edge. Unfortunately, you know, the track limits aren't always perfect. We caught a Fumph in qualifying, went off at turn 2, around turn 3, and then stayed off the track, and he didn't even get invalidated for that. But you blink at a curb wrong and it'll give you a warning or an invalidated lap.
Yeah, you just have to look at an apex wrong and it will do it. The chicane's quite hard as well, the exit of the chicane especially. If you hit any of your tyre on the green stuff, you are...
yeah. So Kaitsu's getting very close to Titus, but had a couple of lock-ups there through the last 2 corners. But he will get a DRS, so he'll make up a bit of time down that straight as Cool Guy just breezes past.
very impressive Rayner Zufala right now in the AlphaTauri. He's doing some amazing things.
Yeah, he's running 4 seconds behind Satomiki in the racing point, but he's got a 3.7 gap behind him. So
and a Haas, which an Alpha is naturally quicker than a Haas. And I think Nick is very, very quick. He's a very quick driver.
Yeah. He just needs to be patient, keep a cool head, and, you know, and he'll pick up some good points here.
He's on the ideal strategy as well.
Yeah, it's just, will he try and undercut on those mediums to a hard, or will he try and go long on them?
I think the best way to do it is just to pit on your normal pit stop. Because the hard will make it to the end if you pit on the right lap. You won't be fighting the hard tyre. The hard tyre does last, it's very durable. Oops, that's the fastest lap, 1:18.559.
So just coming through the last sector at the moment, we've got Kaitsu, Cool Guy and Titus in a bit of a train. So that Haas is about to catch the full power of the Ferrari and the Mercedes behind him.
Guess who is currently running P3? That would be Rayner Zufala, Satomiki pits.
So that's Cool Guy past the Haas of Titus. Kaitsu is very close behind.
Yeah, so what Rayner needed was Titus to hold up Cool Guy a little bit more, as Cool Guy is going to be coming up very fast. He's on the medium tyre as well. He has pitted, but he's come through the field after the safety car saved him a little bit. So yeah, he's now in prime position to catch up with Rayner pretty quickly.
He's got a 4.3, 4.4 second gap at the moment to Rayner. So let's see if we can, if he can make any damage to that before Rayner decides to pit.
He's joined SFR as a driver, as a reserve driver. So we'll see. Good to get a bit of a watch of him, see what he's like.
As Kaitsu's getting stuck behind the Haas of Titus, who's not giving up easily in his Haas. And Kaitsu can't get past through turn 10, and he's just picked up a 3-second penalty for that.
He tried to go in a gap that wasn't there. So the gap, Cool Guy's made up half a second on this lap to Rayner.
As we talk about Kaitsu getting close to Titus, Mr. Woot is on the back of Kaitsu as well, with 4 tenths behind.
I think Mr. Woot forgot to open his DRS though.
It looked like it very... I'm surprised he hasn't got it just... Oh! Mr. Woot nearly throwing it away through turn 2.
Cool Guy is now 2.9 seconds, so he is catching Rayner very, very quickly.
Yeah, and at the same time, Rayner Zufala is dropping back from the 2 Red Bulls with his gap to the lead, or 8.4 to Rugby, and then 10 seconds from Rugby to Fumph. So just going through all of the back markers at the moment. So we've got Gadwin, who's on those hard tyres now, who's 18 seconds behind. Pekka Mazepin. And we've got yellow flags through Sector 3, Katsui.
He's been having a few incidents, he's been really pushing hard to get past Titus.
Yeah, and I think he was taking too many risks through that 3rd sector. You know, he was catching him up to turn 10, and then he should have just held position. But he kept pushing for a couple of laps.
It's currently P5 after Titus has pitted. Cool Guy hasn't made the gains that he made on his first lap. He's still 2 seconds. He was 2.9.
Yeah, so he's gained another second roughly. As Rugby Dane at the front picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Currently running 11 seconds, or it was 11 seconds behind his teammate. Rayner 10 seconds further back, and Cool Guy is only 1.7 behind. So Cool Guy's going to have to be patient. He's got the faster car. Rayner is going to have to put his car in all the right places.
Yeah, and you know, if Cool Guy wants to position, like you said, he's got to be patient. You know, he's got a faster car, but they're both going to pit around the same lap now, potentially.
Very true. So Nick's going to have to be clever with his strategy as well. There's what 19 laps left of this race.
As Mr. Woot is coming under fire from Ruti Gluti in the racing point.
Hitting in the next lap or two onto the hard tyre. So keep an eye out for that. See when Nick pulls the trigger as it's probably what he wanted to do is pit before Cool Guy.
Yeah.
Bono on the pit wall is probably telling Cool Guy right now to do the opposite to what Rayner does.
Pit opposite Rayner. Pit opposite Rayner.
In.
In classic Mercedes style.
Right to Mr. Leclerc, I am stupid for taking too many risks.
As we've got Steinzap has gone off at turn 4.
Oh dear,
Not sure what happened there. He was in the gravel just on the entry to turn 4. And we've got someone off at turn 2 as well. Kaitsu off at turn 2. Steinzap and Kaitsu both spinning.
Cold hard tyres.
Let's just watch on board.
Coming into the final chicane. Is he going to pit this lap?
No, he's staying out. They're both staying out for another lap.
Yellow flag sector 3, we have a racing point.
Spinning around. Looks like he's got some wing damage. Oh, as he nearly takes out Steinzap in the Alfa Romeo.
He's very unlucky today.
Yeah, these guys need to be really careful when they're rejoining the track.
They do.
He's got wing damage. He, should have been cautious, patient to allow the Alfa Romeo past, knowing he's going to have to pit anyway.
What tyre do you reckon he's going to go on to? Medium probably won't make it to the end here.
Yeah. He's already on the hard. No, so he'll have to go medium, or unless he wants to go soft medium or medium soft now.
Kaitsu is really struggling on these hard tyres. He's really struggling to warm them up. Cool Guy has got a 3-second time penalty.
Sato Miki went for the medium tyres.
So Cool Guy is on the DRS down the straight, but it's not going to be long enough for him. Rayner is going to stay ahead on this lap.
So he just needs to be patient now. Rayner needs to, like you said, just defend, get the car in the middle of the track, one move. But also don't fight it too much, because you don't want to put yourself into risk.
Are they going to pit this lap?
So no, they're both staying out, going longer.
Do you reckon they're going to try and push this? I don't think the soft tyre. I'm not
No,
sure.
the soft tyre will only do about 8 or 9 laps, I think.
Cool. Rayner takes the inside. Once the Mercedes is out the slipstream.
Oh, tries to hold it tight.
A little bit there, but
yeah,
it didn't work. So Rayner needs to try and
stick with him, keep the DRS. Yeah.
Best for Rayner. If Cool Guy stays out another lap, Rayner will need to pit this lap and hopefully get the undercut.
Yeah. So Mr. Woot is in P7, currently 6 tenths behind Small Hero, and he's got no risk behind him. His teammates 12.6 seconds behind him. Steinzap and Ike's been.
Rayner picks up a 3-second time penalty as well now.
So that's 3 out of the top 4 that all have time penalties, at least one time penalty. As Perko Mazepin is coming out of the pits and will rejoin the track in P14.
Yeah, so what Rayner needs to have, what Rayner hopes now is that Cool Guy doesn't pit. So I would say, if Cool Guy doesn't pit, Rayner has to pit.
Yeah.
Cool Guy doesn't
and he
pit,
is.
Rayner
He
pits.
is. He's in this lap.
So now what he's got to hope for is that he doesn't get stuck in too much traffic. It's about 25-second loss here, isn't it?
Yeah, so that'll bring him out around P10, P11.
It might fit him just behind Titus. Hard tyres are going on.
So Titus is just coming through the final sector.
Yeah, no, he'll be ahead of Titus then, won't he? So he'll probably come out
miles
behind.
ahead. So Steinzap's just coming down the straight.
He's got a lot of clear air, has Rayner.
Yeah, so he's come out P6. Will Cool Guy react and pit on this lap though?
Well, he's got a... It was only about a second ahead, so as long as Rayner can get these tyres warmed up, because the hards do seem to be struggling to warm up today.
Yeah, indeed, indeed.
But it's looked pretty neat and tidy from Rayner so far.
So still to stop, Fumph and Rugby Danny in the Red Bulls both still to stop, and Steins in the Alpha still to stop.
Very wide from the Cool Guy there. He got some gravel on his tyres, so we'd have lost a bit of time.
You got some gravel on your tyres as he boxes.
Yeah, so Cool Guy boxes. So let's watch out for Rayner. Rayner is just coming into the final couple of corners now. Is he going to be close enough? I reckon he's done it. I think he might have done it. Yeah.
I think it's going to be close. Rayner's just coming around the final corner.
Oh, he's opened up a can of whoop-ass. He's using about 20% of his DRS. He's using overtake down the whole straight. Cool Guy's coming out the pit lane now.
He's got the speeds, but it's going to be very close. But he's got warmer tyres, so they've bedded in. Cool Guy needs to get those tyres up to temp very quickly. So Rayner holds a nice tight line, yeah. So as Fumph comes in the pits from the lead with a 15.2 second gap, could we see a double stack here? That's a plenty of space for them.
This is Codemasters though.
This is true. So no, Rugby Danny is staying out on track.
Didn't want to risk the Cody's pit lane glitch. So if Rayner can stay, he seemed to have pretty good straight line speed when Cool Guy overtook him, because Cool Guy in the slipstream he was catching, but as soon as he moved out,
yeah,
he lost it. So I think Rayner has a slightly lower downforce setting than what Cool Guy does, so he might just about get him. He is currently 9/10 behind. I don't think that's going to be enough down the straight though, unfortunately.
He lost a bit of time there. It looked like he struggled through that last sector.
No, he's too far back.
Yeah, conserving his DRS.
So Stein is currently 7.4 seconds behind him. So Cool Guy now, next target is Small Hero 92. He is 7.3 seconds behind. Small
Hero yet to stop for another, do his second stop, and the same with Ruti. And Rugby Danny still to stop. The only driver on track that hasn't stopped, I believe. Stein hasn't stopped either. Sorry, yeah. 18
laps on those hard tyres, so I think he'll probably be stretching them. You're looking at the soft will probably do about 10 laps with lower fuel. You're probably looking stretching the soft to about 10 laps.
So Rugby Danny's come in the pits, and Fumph has literally flown past him before he's even got to the box. As Ike picks up a penalty.
So Rayner's now losing a bit of time. He's now 1.4 seconds behind. But if he can just stay at a reasonable time, hopefully what he's hoping for is Cool Guy and Small Hero to have a bit of an incident. Rugby Danny comes out the pit lane, just ahead of Small Hero. 3 seconds ahead.
With Ruti on those old medium tyres up into P2 now. Ike is only 6/10 behind Stein on the straight, so he wants to make this move past him as quick as he can before Stein pits, so that he doesn't get stuck behind him for too long while Stein's on the old hard tyres.
Ike's on 11 lap worn. Oh, Mazza spins out.
Mazza spins out.
Is that a crash? Yes, it was. It's a very strange place to crash.
And we have another safety car.
This is going to play into Stein. What are you doing, Ike? There's a safety car. He's just overtaken Stein.
And he's letting back past now, thankfully. So, as Fumph dives in the pits for a set of medium tyres, let's see how many of the drivers will make this. Yep, Ruti's going to dive in the pits for some medium tyres.
This has worked out perfectly for Stein's app.
Rugby Danny is diving in the pits, going to be for medium tyres. Small Hero's diving in. Cool Guy will pit. So we'll assume that everyone's going to go on to medium tyres. Rayner's coming in the pits. So Stein obviously will come in the pits.
But unfortunately he has got 5 seconds to serve.
Hopefully it won't cause too much damage. Obviously he'll lose some places, but at least with the safety car he won't be miles behind when the pack catches up. As Mr. Woot has stayed out on the hard tyre. So Mr. Woot is looking to make this work.
Yeah, I mean the hard tyre will last. Stein is going to put a set of soft tyres on. He's got 12 laps. Gadwin picks up another 3 seconds. Stein looks like he's coming out in P10, so he's still in the points, and a fresh set of soft tyres on. He's got to make them. He's going to fire them up. Everyone in front of him's on mediums.
Yeah.
He could gain some positions.
And those mediums could potentially go off quite quickly. Depends how many laps we have under the safety car. And Mr. Woot's hard tyres are only 3 laps old, so he'll have the better life in the tyres at the end.
We've got, unfortunately, there's a Williams between P1 and P2.
Yep.
Is
TBP
ghosting on or off in
Ninja.
this league?
It looks like ghosting is off.
Let me have a quick look on the Discord while we fill some time for the...
So as we wait for the safety car to come in, we will ride on board with Fumph, and I am going to hydrate.
Don't forget to sanitize.
Always.
So it doesn't say... Doesn't say whether it is on or off. I did see some cars ghosting, but they were off the circuit at the time. So it might be on, it might be off. I don't know. We'll have a thought soon. But unfortunately, TVP Ninja is going to fall straight to the back of the pack. He's going to be blue flagged like mad. Hopefully Gedouin can catch up to the back of the pack before they reach Sector 3, which I don't think is going to happen. He's a bit too far back. He's entering Sector 2 now. We'll have another lap under the safety car, I reckon. Satu Miki, P12, is currently behind the other Ferrari of K2. He's had quite a struggled session. A few spins here and there, but Stein is doing great in the Alfa Romeo in P10 right now. Titus in the other Haas is currently P9. Ike P8, Mr. Woot doing a great job on his 4-lap old hard tyres, stayed out under the safety car. He's currently behind Rainer Zufal, who races with him in NRL and SFR as well. Cool Guy currently P5 in his Mercedes, so this is going to play well into his hand. Fresh set of medium tyres with Renault just in front of him, who, you know, of Mercedes is faster than. Small Hero P4, doing a great job in his Renault today, currently behind Rugby Danny, P3, Ruti Hullet 69 in the racing point, and Fulga Nice is getting up close and personal with the safety car. Very up close and personal with the safety car then.
How up close and personal are we talking?
Well, pretty, if you watch him now, he's getting quite up close and personal. He obviously likes the look of that Mercedes AMG, even though he is in a Red Bull.
Yeah, that's well.
Ooh,
in a Red Bull, you are just commonly looking at the back of a Mercedes.
That is very true. That is very true. And when a Mercedes is behind you, you get caught out for cheating. With a flexing rear wing.
Or a track limit that was abused by everyone.
Supermax.
Let's just have a little look at the position changes from the start. So, Fumph and Routier have held position. Robbie Danny's made up 3 positions from the start.
Safety car is coming in.
Nice. So the big
what
losers...
Fumph doesn't want is for the car behind him to hit him. So he doesn't want to back him up too far because, you know, it can be quite dangerous. There was an incident in the safety car in the SFR race, no, NRL race, wasn't there, in Spain?
Yeah.
Where that particular corner, everyone was backed up way too far. So I'm going to ride on board with Ruti Hullet and see what happens when the safety car goes in. How far is Fumph going to back him up? Ruti obviously wants to be a lot
Not very
closer
far
than
by the
he
looks of
is.
it.
No, he's gonna bolt. He's bolted. He's gone. Oh, I think that might be an illegal overtake there from Ruti Hullet.
We've got yellow flags in sector 3.
Small Hero comes steaming through on Rugby Danny. What a move there by Small Hero. And he's now got a Renault and a Racing Point in his way. Oh, he runs a bit wide there as well. Cool Guy is chasing Rugby Danny pretty close.
Very tight there. That Renault's holding his lines.
Oh,
there's a big
the
lock up from
Mercedes goes for
Ruti
the
there.
inside. Right on board with Cool Guy. He's about to send one up turn 7.
He picks up a penalty for it, but he's still pushing. He's pushing hard.
That is... Oh, Small Hero's off.
Small Hero riding the grass there. Cool Guy stays in front of the Mercedes of Rugby Danny.
So, Cool Guy is now chasing down Ruti Hullet and further up ahead in the Red Bull. So, is Cool Guy going to be able to utilise the Mercedes speed and catch up? One of the fastest guys I've ever personally raced with.
As Fumph Cool Nice sets at 1:17.777. And we are very close back as Satomiki gets past Katsui. As Small Hero has retired from the session in the pit lane.
That's the way to retire.
Mr. Woot looks like he's possibly struggling now on those hard tyres.
Yeah, he's dropped back. I think he must have had a bit of an incident with someone, so unfortunately...
So we've got a bit of a train going from Titus back. Titus up in P6 in the Haas with Ike following close behind in the Mercedes, Satomiki in the Racing Point, Katsui in the Ferrari, Steins in the Alfa Romeo, Gadwin in the other Ferrari, and then Mr. Woot finishing off that train just slightly out of the DRS when it reopens.
So the safety car wasn't great for Mr. Woot, unfortunately. He lost out big time.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
Cool Guy is currently a second behind Ruti Hullet. DRS has now been enabled, but it's not going to come into effect this lap.
Yeah, we'll have to wait until the second DRS zone for these guys to be able to make a benefit of it, but Cool Guy is just a bit too far behind at the moment. Can he make up that extra tenth and a bit?
He has to do it quickly because he doesn't want to gap too much to catch up with if he does ever pass the Racing Point. Rugby is only 8 tenths behind him as well, so he has got to make a move pretty soon. There's a yellow flag. TBE Ninja has had an off, unfortunately.
And he's lost his front wing. He's lost an end plate. And he's struggling to get back on track. He is a lap down.
He's probably struggling with the blue flags that were happening. Unfortunately, it is a glitch in Codemaster. They've really sorted it out for the new game where lapped cars are given permission to overtake under the safety car.
Yeah. Because not only does it ruin the race for the guy that's out of position, but also it ruins the race for everyone out front. You know, for their restart, because they're all contending with the fact that they've got a back marker on blue flags. And if you are the back marker on blue flags, no.
The cool guy is going to make a move now on Ruti Hullett. He's currently 8 tenths behind. He's got DRS open.
I think he's just slightly too far behind. He's going to conserve his ERS and just utilise the DRS to make those small gains until he's close enough to attack. As he goes very... Yeah! Took so much curb.
He's got a 3-second penalty.
So yeah, so what he doesn't want to do is... Oh, as he goes off...
He goes off, and Rugby goes into P3. Do they both have... Oh, cool guy has 6 seconds worth of penalties. So unfortunately...
TB Ninja has just made his way back to the pits and retired.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah, he's had a bit of a tough race, but at least he's got out there, stretched his legs.
I'd like to see a bit of a move around in the driver market, if I'm honest. I'd like to see a few of the drivers moved around, just so it's not quite a golf.
Yeah, so you don't want all of the quick guys in all of the quick cars, because then we're turning, you know, it's like real life then.
And but it'd be worse than that, because,
you know, 3 laps in a row, Funfer's just set fastest lap. He's just taken 7 tenths off of his fastest lap on that one.
But Rayner currently running P5. He's got Titus 4 seconds behind him. They both have 3 seconds, so Rayner's looking good for a P5.
Wow, cool guy, you said's got 6 seconds, did you not?
I did, yeah, so he's
looking for a P4.
And so has Rugby. Rugby also now has 6 seconds. So if Rayner can keep his nose clean...
Yeah, for the last 4 or 5 laps.
I think Rayner could possibly... Cool guy has to catch up Rugby.
No, Rugby's going to catch Ruti though. And the thing is, Ruti doesn't need to fight too much. But he won't let him pass easily, I don't think.
No. The gap is now only 6 tenths between Rugby and Ruti. It has now dropped to 2, as this is the dirty part of the track where you get lots of dirty air, lots of turbulent air.
Yeah.
Following cars is not...
So we've got five cars in a DRS train, 6 cars in a DRS train from P11 up to P6, all following each other through the last sector. So the big loser there is going to be Titus, because he's out leading that train. I hope he charged enough for the tickets on the Titus train. Satomiki's going to breeze past him. Ike's dropped just a bit too far back, but Steins, Gadowin and Kaitsu are closing in.
Just watching this, Rugby seems to have hit a bit of a wall at the minute, trying to catch up Ruti Hullett. He's lost a bit of time. He didn't have DRS on that last lap, and I think he might have just... How old are these tyres now? 7 laps old. They're all on the same. There's no tyre difference in age or wear or... Have you in the rating? And Rayner unfortunately has picked up a 3 second.
He's already dropped back quite a bit, unfortunately, because his gap was already up to 3.7 when he picked it up.
Satumiki currently 5 behind him, hasn't got a penalty yet, so Rayner will drop to P6 as it stands.
With Titus also running behind him. Ike, Mr. Wu in P12 is 7.5 off of Gadowin, who's half a second behind Katsui, who's 3 tenths behind Steins. Someone's just lost some end plate as Ike just bounces across the curb through the final sector. 5 cars all together. Oh, it's 2 abreast around every corner, and the 2 are changing constantly as Titus and Steins have a bit of a fight there, bouncing off of each other.
Steins coming back, Kaitsu ahead is going for the inside move on Ike.
And he makes it stick. Steins round the outside. And Steins, as Ike is off. He's on the grass.
So Stein was very patient there, let Titus outbrake himself. Takes the inside, goes round the outside.
And Gadowin's going up the inside of Titus, but can't stick it.
Oh, and he's lost an end plate, Gadowin. He's run into the back of Titus. Not the first time he's run into the back of someone today.
I hope he said surprise.
Did he ask for consent?
Probably not.
Last
Probably
hour.
not. So Funf is now out in the front, of course, with a 6.6 gap behind, but Rugby Danny...
Right on board with Ray Rugby, yeah, because he's only half a second behind, and he's going to have DRS.
No, he's going to make the move stick here.
DRS move, I think, yeah. Cool Guy's got back quite far, so he's now 2.6 behind. So I think Ruti, like you say, he gave up the position because Rugby only has 2 laps to make up 6 seconds.
Yeah, so for Ruti it's not worth the fight because he knows he's going to make up the position. Don't risk your race. Now Reina has dropped back 5 seconds behind Cool Guy now. And Satamuki is only 3.4 behind Reina with no penalties.
So Reina's looking odds on for P6 at the minute.
So looking down the back of the grid, so Mr. Woot 6.5 behind P10, so he's going to be guaranteed points at this rate because Stein's running in P9 has 8 seconds of penalties.
So yeah, that's a good point actually. So Mr. Woot will jump up quite far.
Yeah, and if you look up to P7, Katsu's got 9 seconds. So he's 6.4, so he's just over 7 seconds behind Stein.
But unfortunately, I think Steinsap might be a bit scared at the minute because his best friend Gadawin is currently behind him.
Can you smell that? Stein's going to need some new underwear in the cool-down room.
I think he will. He is probably very scared
As
right now.
Reina picks up another one. Just right on board Gadawin, but Stein's is pulling away from Gadawin down the straight. Stein's very close to Titus there. And Mr. Woot is now pushing quite a bit because he's made up quite a bit of time on Gadawin. He's just come under 6 seconds. So Mr. Woot, if he can keep it clean and keep gaining that time, he's going to make up quite a few positions.
Patsu's just picked up another 3-second penalty, so he's currently running with 12.
So we're just starting the final lap here. Funf just starts the final lap. Comfortable with a 7.9 second lead over Rugby Danny. Ruti's 1.7 behind. But obviously Rugby Danny has that 6 second penalty. Cool Guy's only 1.1 behind Ruti, but again another 6 second penalties. Reina,
Cool Guy might run out of fuel, you know. His red light is flashing, which means he has got less than optimal fuel, so he's going to have to be running in lean mode right now. I think Cool Guy might. Oh, who was that? Reina is off.
Oh, that's unfortunate for him because he's going to lose in more places with those 9 seconds of penalties.
Satsumiki's finally picked up a 3-second time penalty. I've been very impressed with Ruti today. Ruti's done a great job in that racing point.
Yeah. So, Funf Corganice just coming through the last couple of corners to round out this pre-season test race as he crosses the line. An expected win if I'm honest.
Yeah.
And Rugby Danny 9 seconds behind him.
Stein's too far back on Titus to make any kind of move. Gadawin is too far back on Stein to make any kind of move, so I think that's how it's going to finish right now. Cool Guy did finish just
P4
with the fuel load.
Reiner drops down to P6 currently. Kaitsu's kind of crossed the line. Currently, provisionally P7.
I think it will stay like that. Titus did a great job holding up the drivers. Stein's at currently P10.
And Mr. Woot goes P8. See, keep it clean. Keep it clean. Keep the penalties free. as we just wait for poor Iker in the Mercedes. Very unfortunate today, because you'd expect more from the Mercedes, of course.
Yes, especially on realistic performance.
Yeah, 100%. And there we go, he rounds out the grid. Crossing the line. So 12 finishes out of 16 today. Couple of retirements in the pits, and on track.
I would agree with that. Driver of the day as well, Steins up.
Yeah.
From Cody's.
As we watch here, Fumf on the podium, picking up his trophy, and a massive.
Picking up selfie too.
You wouldn't expect anything less.
Well, for a first race, it was pretty exciting. 2 safety cars.
Yeah.
Quite a few overtakes. Quite a lot of talking points. I think it's a new league, so things do get not feisty, I would say, but people just don't know how other people drive. So once everyone gets
yeah, it's going to take a bit of cooling down. Everyone needs to get to know each other, don't they? Know each other's driving styles. Like you said, I think there needs to be some changes in the lineups and the teams.
I would say, I think there needs to be a bit of a juggle around. Otherwise, it is going to be a 1-horse race, maybe a 2-horse race if Kachow comes in, because Kachow is a Mercedes driver.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good first opening race.
Yeah, some good action there. So especially from the midfield, well, everyone from P2 backwards, lots of battling, lots of fighting for positions. Rugby Daddy obviously had some incidents. Cool Guy was right up there until their last couple of laps. Rayner putting up a good fight until those last few laps, I think, got to him quite a bit. Started making some small mistakes. And of course, Mr. Woot. Kept it clean, scored some points. Well, no points obviously for the championship, but for the race.
But yeah, that's race 1 of RFL done.
Well, pre-season race, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see going into the first race. We haven't got an exact date for that yet, but it'll be interesting to see how everyone performs. Obviously, there'll be a lot of talking in the Discord, as you said, about this race.
Now it's as always, it does heat up, and not heat up, but it does get a bit.
Yeah, you often just need to reserve yourself for a short period of time after the race. Gather your thoughts.
But yeah, it was pretty good. So I don't really remember any overtakes.
Some good battles though. Some good battles.
I enjoyed the battle between Rugby and I think it was Ruchi got it, wasn't it? At one point they were fighting through the points just after the safety car restart.
Good stuff, guys. And well done to all the guys that finished the race. And obviously a massive congratulations to from Google Nice for his win in this pre-season testing, and myself and Van Rocco will catch you for the first race. Look out for the time and dates coming soon. That's it from me. Anything from you, Van Rocco, to close it off?
No, that's it. Over and out.
Good stuff. Over and out.